Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be talking about the yellow seed wave spell. But before we get into this incredibly powerful wave spell, I want to talk about the one before because we actually missed the blue monkey wave spell. That's been going on for the past 13 days. And it's really no surprise that that slid underneath our radar because that monkey energy is a trickster energy. And so for the past 13 days, we've been working with that energy of chaos, the energy of the unpredictable, the energy of the trickster. We've also been working with the energy of magic and spontaneity, really learning how to bring fun, play, and spontaneity into our lives, how to welcome that into our lives, how to welcome the unexpected and see that as a gift, and how to identify magic and create magic in our everyday lives. So now as we move through and beyond this wave spell, we enter on the 22nd, the yellow seed wave spell, which kicks off with the yellow magnetic seed galactic signature. This wave spell goes from the 22nd of January until the 3rd of February. So one of the many interesting things about this yellow seed wave spell is that it completes on the day that Mercury stations direct. So the completion of the first Mercury retrograde of 2022 comes to a close right when this wave spell comes to a close. And then on February 4th, we enter the red earth wave spell. This wave spell is also important and magical because we are within the yellow electric seed year. And for those of you who haven't seen the Galactic New Year video, I will link it in the description box below. We entered the new galactic year on the 26th of July, and that was the yellow electric seed year. So we are working with the yellow seed tribe during this wave spell, which is really linking us into the energy of the galactic year and making it that much more powerful. And this energy is all about seeding our creations and manifestations. So the way I'm feeling this energy right now is that it's a really beautiful touchstone for us. As far as how far we've come so far in this galactic year, how are our manifestations doing? Those seeds that we planted at the Galactic New Year, how have we done? What kind of a job have we done as far as tending to those seeds, continuing to pluck the weeds from the garden of our manifestations so that they may grow more freely? Have we watered them adequately? Have we given them enough sunshine? Have we also released attachment and let go enough to allow them to flourish as they already know how to do? Remember, within the seed is contained the entire hologram of its completion. So the seed knows exactly what to do. As long as it has the adequate conditions to thrive, a seed will naturally thrive. And this is something that the yellow seed tribe and energy teaches us. So we want to revisit our manifestations and our intentions. And we want to see how this process has been going. And we want to make adjustments wherever it is that we need to make adjustments. We also want to continually be planting new seeds of intention that we can then nurture forth into manifestation. Another magical thing about this wave spell is that it is almost entirely a galactic activation portal. So beginning on the 24th, all the way through to February 2nd, to that 2-2 portal, we are going to be in a series of galactic activation portals. And what this means is that the specific galactic signature for each day is in and of itself a galactic activation portal. And I will include in the description box below the day-by-day breakdown of the energies of this wave spell and the ways that you can connect more in depth with each day's energy and really fully maximize the potential of each day's galactic energy. And you'll be able to see each of these different portals. So we really are receiving so many upgrades and activations as we move through the end of January and into the beginning of February. And as we move through this powerful and potent wave spell. All right, I'm going to take a sip of water here, because that was a mouthful. And we're going to read a little bit about the yellow seed wave spell, which is wave spell 12 of the dream spell journey. It is also the fourth and final wave spell of the Blue Western Castle of Burning, which is the castle of magic in the dream spell count. And as you may remember, we have 5 castles of 52 days each comprised of 4 wave spells. And these 5 castles make up 1 full spin of galactic time. So we are completing now the 4th castle with this 4th wave spell, I believe. Or is it the 3rd castle, I believe? The Blue Western Castle of Burning. I think it is actually the 3rd of the 5 castles. This is a powerful wave spell that contains 10 consecutive days of galactic activation portals from kin 146 to 155. Another interesting thing for all of those of you watching this video who connect with the 144,000 is that this wave spell begins, yellow magnetic seed is kin number 144. So this wave spell begins with kin 144. And the kin is the number of the galactic signatures are all numbered. And so each has its own specific number. So we begin with kin 144, and then once we hit kin 146, we're in galactic activation portal territory until kin 155. And then we complete with kin 156 before moving on to the next wave spell. Let's see. What else do I want to read you guys? In the dream spell, the seed is a solar seal, which is also associated with the color yellow, being the first seal of the yellow root race of the ripeners. In the same way, the yellow seed has the power of flowering, which exactly contains the ancient meaning of corn as a key crop in the flourishing of the Maya civilization. By representing the ancient Maya symbology of corn, the yellow seed is a divine container of life and awareness that relates to the more universal spiritual concept of the seed of life within the flower of life. And because it's never complete until we read from the Astro Dream Advisor, let's read from the Astro Dream Advisor about the yellow magnetic seed, or the yellow seed tribe overall, really. Yellow seed is the ordered pattern of growth. You and your life are the fertile soil, and the mystery blooms within you through the power of your intention or seed thoughts. Just as a seed contains the hologram of its completion, the process of manifestation follows a natural order. In this gestation process, your intention is quickened by spirit. The charged seed, your true desire or vision, becomes the focus for germination. What can you open that will support receptivity and assist the germination of your seed intentions? Envision the seed receiving the invitation to grow in the openness of your world. Viscerally feel the possibility of your heart's dream emerging. Your true desires and dreams contain an innate intelligence that can break through even the rigidity of fixed expectations. Planting a new seed, even in the hard soil of old belief systems, can bring unexpected magic and growth. Be willing to break open the constraining shells of past patterns, the shackles of belief structures. Call forth your creative involvement with life. This involvement frees and awakens the powerful energy of the life force, shifting your perceptions and experience, catalyzing the manifestation of your dreams. Participate spontaneously in your growth, unrestricted by the illusion of old structures that once provided safety. Move forward into the light of new possibilities. Offer your dream seed to the universe. In the ordered patterning of the light, align with your heart's greater purpose. In gratitude, surrender and release the seed to the benefit of your growth and its own pattern of perfection. The number for yellow seed is 4, the measure of vibration. This is the number of cycles and seasons. It represents the ordered patterning of the light wherein, as Jose Arguelles says, form learns to generate its own seed. The number 4 represents the freed pattern of form, the germination of specific seeds co-created with spirit. If you are in the process of seeding something, meditate with the number 4 and the energy of yellow seed to assist you. Yellow seed encompasses an ordered pattern of light known as entelechy, the power that directs an organism toward the fulfillment of its own nature. Yellow seed is a symbol of this natural ordered power. Within any seed is the hologram of both its potential and the fulfillment of its true nature. All possibility exists within the seed. It is informed directly from the ordered patterning of the light. That is to say, the perfect unfolding of a seed's potential is determined at each stage of its growth. Often we are caught in the maze of mind looking for answers when, through our innate tropism to the light, Our perfect pattern of growth would unfold with joyful ease. So get out of the mind and into the heart, right? Tropism is the tendency to respond or move towards something by natural attraction. Through a code inherent within, a sprouted seed grows toward the light and a sunflower follows the sun. In like manner, you respond to the light of your essence self, opening naturally to the fulfillment of your true nature. Through your own process of living and learning, you generate and plant various intentions and desires. As your natural growth pattern is catalyzed and awakened, your truth germinates in wisdom, emerging into the light in which all seeds flourish. Thus, as you plant your own truth, more truth comes to light. In this way, you create ever more fertile ground in which to explore and express all that you are. How beautiful is that? And the affirmation for kid number 144, Yellow Magnetic Seed, which kicks off this wave spell, is: I unify in order to target, attracting awareness. I seal the input of flowering with the magnetic tone of purpose. I am guided by my own power doubled. So there's an incredible amount of self-awareness that we are gaining during this wave spell as well. And what do I want to... I want to do some Shaman's Dream Oracle for you guys. So let's read into this Yellow Seed wave spell. What messages do we have from Source, from Spirit? Clear. From our ancestors, from the shaman within, right? As we move through this Yellow Seed wave spell. As we deepen this process of flowering that we have been in ever since we began the Galactic New Year at the end of July, with the opening of that 8/8 Lionsgate portal. As the Earth comes into alignment with Sirius, this is when the Galactic New Year begins. All right, let's get some in. Okay. First card out, Lay of the Land, Ancestral Wisdom. Yes, so our ancestors are really powerfully guiding us during this wave spell, as they always are. But they've been coming through really strongly lately, really wanting to assist us in this power that we are developing. I didn't expect to say the word power, so that kind of, I'm like, whoa, where did that come from? But yes, in this process of reclaiming our power and learning what to do with it, right? Because we spent so long as these disempowered beings, right? That's part of the illusion that we're breaking free of. That's part of what we've been trained to believe, that we are powerless, right? And so now that we're coming into all of this God power, right? What do we do with it? Our ancestors want to show us. They want to show us what was done with power in the past, so that we don't make the mistakes of the past, and so that we can create a better future. Wow, that's powerful, right? So they really want to give us the lay of the land. They really want to show us. They want us to understand our power. They want us to understand the ways that we can utilize our power. And they want us to understand how to remain pure and uncorrupted by this power. Because remember that phrase, absolute power corrupts absolutely. I forget who I'm quoting there. But we all know that quote, right? That has been the way in the past. But we are reclaiming our power now. We are absolutely reclaiming our power, but we are learning how to use it for good, and our ancestors want to teach us how. They want to show us how. They want to share their wisdom as we are creating this new earth, and also as we are setting ourselves free. Look how free that person looks standing at the top of that, at the pinnacle, right, of that mountain. Okay, what else do we have coming out here? We have Falling Angel, Spiritual Narcolepsy. Interesting. We have Closing Door, Completion. And we have Beloved, Radical Acceptance. And this came out in a live stream that we did a couple weeks ago. It was really powerful. So we're being asked to accept the doors that are closing and allow them to close. Accept the things that are completing. To really release and let go. We're being asked to accept everything in our reality as something that we have chosen. And if we don't want to choose it anymore, we are being asked to understand that we have the power to make another choice. But in order for the new doors to open, we have to allow the old doors to close. Okay, something major is completing here, but we have to let it. And part of what is completing is this these situations, these old storylines that came from lack of self-acceptance, lack of self-love, and lack of acceptance of life and circumstances in general. Right? There's this power, we talk about this all the time, how acceptance has the power of alchemy. When we accept something, we're no longer fighting against it. And when we are no longer fighting against it, we're then able to shift and change it. Only then are we able to shift and change it. For some people too, this has to do with relationships concluding, or something that you loved very deeply. It doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship, but for some people it really feels like it is. With someone you loved very deeply. For some people, maybe even someone that you considered like a twin flame. The door is closing. That relationship has been completed. Or at least that version of that relationship. That segment. The door is closing on that because it's taught you all it was meant to teach you. So for many of you, it's like you had this great love. And it doesn't have to be romantic. It doesn't even have to be a person. This could be a job. This could be a dream. But something that you loved very, very much. There was a strong attachment to this energy. And now this is being asked to, you're being asked to let this go because something about the attachment to the energy of it has made you fall asleep. It at first it was necessary because it helped to connect you more deeply to your path, or to reconnect you to your path, or to open you up to your path. It helped you to awaken. But you've held on to it too long, and now it's causing you to fall asleep. And so in order to wake back up from this slumber, you have to let it go. The only way forward is through a new door. And in order to walk through that door, you have to close the old one. Because it's like you've kind of just been walking in loops. So this is like lack of acceptance of a completion that wants to happen. And part of the reason why, it's like, I feel like for people where this is a person, it's like this person is still asleep. They may have awakened a little bit, but not enough. They're not progressing fast enough, and you are. And I don't mean that sounds judgmental. They're progressing the way that their soul has decided to progress for them. The way that is natural for them right now. However suits them, but it doesn't suit you. Because you have progressed further on your spiritual path. And you need a new lover, a new job, a new whatever that fits you more, that is more in alignment. And it's holding you back from your future, from what's truly meant for you, because whatever this is not meant for you any longer. Not in its current form. And it's not going to shift or change form while you're still attached to it. It's that energy, if you love something, let it go. And this could be really hard for people where this is a career. It is like you thought, I mean, it's definitely hard where it's a person, don't get me wrong. But shifting gears a little bit to whether this is a career or something like that. A dream, right? An ambition. You put a lot of time and energy into this, whatever it was. And it's really painful to see that, like, what you thought was the trajectory for your life is not. There's something else for you. For whatever reason. It was at the time, but now it's not. And then I like on the bottom of the deck how we have gestation period, winter's dream. So this is a period And I'm shifting gears now from that energy, from that message. We're talking about the seeds. We're talking about the growing of the seeds, right? So this phase is a gestation period. This is, and it is winter, right? We are in the northern hemisphere. We are in the winter season right now. So this is a time of gestation. This is a time where we may not be seeing too much evidence above the soil, but there's still a lot happening below. And so this is a reminder not to give up on there's one dream here that we need to let go of, or we need to release, to allow it to change forms, to transform. Some alchemy needs to happen here, and our attachment is what's holding it back. We have to accept the current state that it's in, and we have to let go. All right, but for other people, and if that resonates with you, you'll know. Okay, that's a separate message, I think, for a certain group of people. But this here is saying, like, don't give up on your dreams if you haven't seen the manifestations of them yet, but you can feel deep within your soul that they are coming. This is a time of gestation. And I'm going to read this because I love how that popped right out of the deck. It was on the bottom and then it popped out when I started shuffling. So that card really wants to be known. And I want to read what it says. There's more happening than what you see, but this is also a time of rest and recuperation. Right? The winter's dream is a summons to go within. Your life force longs to turn inward like the sap of trees returning to the roots. Cast your gaze deep toward the deep and hidden places in your heart. Come to rest again in the sanctuary and safety of your soul and be at peace, basking in your crystalline clarity in that quiet place. This is not hibernation. Do not fall asleep. Take your quiet, wakeful nature with you into stillness and know that you are replenishing your life force. Trust that the deeply buried seeds inside your soul, the ones you planted even before you were born, are stirring softly, ready to awaken with the spring. But do not try to rouse them early. Instead, surrender to the quiet of winter's dream. Winter's dream can lull you into a slumber where you can lose consciousness and become caught in a nightmare. Awaken, awaken. Find that easy return to wakefulness that brings you clarity. This is the time to set your priorities in order, yet not act on any of them. Allow the clarity and transparency that comes with winter's dream to permeate your heart and soul. The time for action will come later. Remember that all things are born of dreams, and your task is to wake up within the dream, to lucidly guide it to your chosen destination. And so this is a time for, like we said with this yellow seed energy, for awareness. To really awaken, to become aware, to observe, to detach and observe, and allow ourselves to be restored. To plan and to replan and to recalibrate, right? But it's not a major time of action. This is a time of review. This is like a Seven of Pentacles kind of an energy here. Time of rest and review. But also, like, we never stop creating those intentions, right? We never stop formulating and supporting our intentions. This is an energy of rest and recalibration, but we're not meant to fall asleep. Not spiritually anyway. Physically, many of us may need more rest and sleep. Just with all the energies right now, with all these activation portals, it's going to be an intense 13 days, you guys. So absolutely get as much rest as you need. But this is about us really reviewing and detaching enough to see things from that perspective and really filling our cup back up. And then I love on the bottom of the deck here, we have Magician's Sword, confidence in your magic. And it is inverted too, so there is a suggestion that perhaps some of us have been, and of course that wants to pop out too. Some of us have been in this process or this period of being perhaps less than confident in our magic. And so this is a time for renewed confidence in our magic and our ability to create and our ability to cut through the bullshit, right? The swords, this is clarity. This is cutting away what doesn't serve. This is also that focused intention. And I love how on the bottom of the deck under that we have Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. So how can you move yourself out of stagnation? And that doesn't discount this card, right? Because we can, just because we're pulling back our energy, we're resting and recharging and observing and reviewing doesn't mean that we're stagnant. We know the difference between what stagnant energy feels like. So anywhere where we have felt that stagnant energy, that energy, like we said, of the wheel, of things just repeating and repeating, it's time to relieve ourselves, to free ourselves of that, and to really take that powerful control of our destiny. When the Magician's sword appears, you are called to cut the cords that bind you to old thought forms and beliefs, or to friends who are not true. With the power of the Magician's sword, nothing can stop you, hurt you, or turn you away from the beauty you seek or the goal you desire with all your heart. The sword is a tool, not a weapon, so make sure you wield it wisely and for the greater good. Find the stuck places where you are kept tethered to a toxic person, a particular location, or a faulty thought or belief, and let the blade do its magic. You have a large endowment of magic available to you when you believe in miracles. When you believe in miracles. But don't look to the heavens to grant you a wish. Look within. Use the Magician's sword to cut through limiting beliefs, and remember that all beliefs are... Ooh, you guys, that's good. Remember that all beliefs are limiting. Right? Because any belief puts you in a box. I really like that. And focus your intention in order to create what you wish. You have all the tools you need for the task at hand. You only need muster the wherewithal to deploy the resources you have. When the Magician's sword appears, it is time to get moving. This is not a tool for contemplation, for gazing at the finely polished edge. It is an instrument calling for decisive action. And remember, the sword is alive. With a wisdom you can summon to help you find the best course of action. Do not hesitate. Act. All right? So here we see the feminine and the masculine. The rest, retreat, recalibrate, review, respond, right? But in time, right? And here we see the masculine energy, the moving forward, the taking action, the cutting, the releasing. So there's a huge energy of releasing ourselves from that which doesn't serve, from being able to identify and accept what is not serving, release ourselves, liberate ourselves from it, and move forward. But there may be a period of rest that's needed before we move forward. And we're going to know we may need, as we cut ourselves, as we cut away the toxicity, as we cut away the things and release and let go and surrender the things that are no longer meant for us, right? We may need a period of rest before we move forward, because we may feel drained and depleted. If you feel drained and depleted, it's time to rest. If you feel really inspired to act and move forward, it's time to act and move forward. And only you are going to know where you lie within that scheme of things. But remember, we're in a process of balancing our masculine and feminine energy. So what they may be called for is a balance of both. But just know that the things that you desire, the things that you have been creating that are meant for you, that are aligned with your soul's vision for yourself, right, are coming true. There are in that gestation period, there is magic happening that you cannot see. So continue to have confidence in that magic. So there's a big split here between identifying what is no longer for us and having belief, faith, and trust in that which we know is meant for us. So getting the awareness of which is something that may be happening, I'm feeling, during this season. Or during this this wave spell. All right, what else do we want here? I feel like I want to pull a couple Keepers of the Light cards for you guys. What guidance do we have from the Keepers of the Light? Clear. What guidance from the Keepers of the Light as we move through this yellow seed wave spell? Mary Magdalene, Teacher Awakens coming out. Hope, love, and acceptance. That acceptance coming in hot, you guys. And then we have Paul the Venetian and Gaia, Earth connection, with Faith on the bottom of the deck. So, Mary Magdalene, remind you that you have something important to share, so do not stifle your voice. During this time, use that throat chakra. If you have something to say or express, say and express it. If you have something that you feel you are meant to teach, step into that role of the teacher and do not be afraid. Call on Mary Magdalene if those fears are presenting themselves, especially those fears of being what are the words that I'm looking for here? Criticized, vilified, right? If you are afraid of that, call on her for help as you express your truth and you share your beautiful truth and your beautiful gifts with the world. She's also here to help teach you something. For some people, Mary Magdalene has something to teach you, something that you need to know and understand so that you can move forward on your path. So she wants to be your teacher. If that resonates, then meditate with her, call upon her, and see what it is that she has to teach you. She likes roses. Set out some roses for her on an altar. Don't let anything stop you, and this is most of all, do not allow yourself to stop you. This wave spell not only includes the 2/2 portal, but it also includes the new moon in Aquarius, which is going to be very powerful. And that new moon in Aquarius is all about stepping up. There's a level of responsibility that we feel, a level of duty as we move toward our purpose, as we cut through all of these limiting beliefs and all of the fuckery of the mind, right? That keeps us imprisoned, that keeps us in chains, that prevents us from moving forward. Because that's all it is, and Mary Magdalene wants to show you that. And for some of you, she wants to show you so much more. Some of you, she may actually want to channel and speak and teach through you. Teach you and possibly teach others as well. Then we have hope coming out, love and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. So this energy, not only do we have acceptance repeating itself, but we also, that's the energy of self-love, where it is that you are feeling unworthy, where it is that you are feeling that self-criticism, that self-doubt. Hope wants to come through. Where it is that you have lost faith in your manifestations, where you have lost confidence in your magic, hope wants to come and restore that. Hope, and I almost said faith, hope and faith want to come and restore that for you. Then we have Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. So there's a deep heart healing here with Paul the Venetian. He's coming to assist you in healing your heart chakra and helping you to express from your and speak from your heart. Helping you to share your gifts from your heart space and allow that heart space to guide you. He's really working with Mary Magdalene to assist in this process of you sharing your gifts and sharing your voice. Some of you watching this, you've held yourselves back for too long when it comes to sharing the gifts that you know you are meant to share with others, with humanity. And a lot of that comes from a lack of self-confidence. So this energy of knowing that you are worthy, knowing that you are enough, knowing that you have something worthy to share, and you can share it in a way that nobody else can because nobody else is you. So the world, you are doing the world an incredible disservice by continuing to stay silent and to stay in the shadows. I actually talked about this with a friend of mine a couple weeks ago, I think it was. And we were talking about like how, and I don't mean this in a judgmental way, but how egocentric is it of us, right? How ego-driven can we be to refuse to share a message within our hearts that wants to spring forth from our lips? Because we're afraid of how we're going to be perceived, of how other people are going to judge us, right? That's all about the ego. That's all about me. In reality, it doesn't matter what you think. It's not about that. It doesn't matter whether you judge me or you laugh at me or not. That's not what's important. That's about me. The message I have to share is for humanity. It's bigger than me, right? And the one person that message may touch who cannot be touched by anybody else because they don't resonate the same way that I resonate with them, if I'm afraid to speak it, that person's never going to hear it. Even if it's being spoken by a million other people, they may need to hear it from my lips. They may need to hear it from me. So who am I and how egocentric is it of me to stay silent because of the way I fear I may be perceived? Yeah. And then we have Gaia-Earth connection here. Be mindful of the planet, come back to Earth, stay grounded. So we get reminded of this every single time, you guys. Stay grounded, stay focused, connect with the Earth. In order to receive the abundance of the Earth, we must be connected to the Earth. In order to truly receive all of the activations, we must be grounded first. We must be connected. We are earthly beings right now. We are incarnated on this physical planet. We must be rooted and grounded in this planet first. All that other stuff comes second. All right? Plus, like, she just wants us to remember, right? We're here for her, right? And she's here for us too. She wants that mutual support. She wants that mutual connection. She wants us to be thinking about it, to be nurturing it, to really be connecting with her. She has so much healing and so much wisdom to provide for us, but we need that consistent connection with her. All right, you guys, I love you so much. You guys are so incredible. If you liked this video, hit that like button, drop a comment down below and let me know. There are also links down below to donate if you feel so moved to do so. My email is down below with a list of the different services that I offer. If you would like to book a one-on-one session with me, I know my voice gets weird when I do this sometimes because I'm trying to remember everything that I need to say here. All the information to do so is below in the description box. If you don't know what you need, just shoot me an email. Let me know what you have going on and we can figure it out. I do a lot of different things, so sometimes it can be a bit confusing and overwhelming, I know. But it is my honor and my privilege to be able to work with you guys in that way and in every way that I do. It is my honor to serve you. It is my honor to make these videos. They really bring me so much joy, right? This is where we can see that energy of how service to others can also be service to self, right? But that's when it's the positive service to self. When I'm gaining that, I'm gaining from giving, right? So yeah, you guys are beautiful. You're amazing. I hope you have an amazing yellow seed wave spell. Plant those seeds, water those seeds, nourish those seeds, and absolutely weed that garden. That is above all what seems to be coming through for this wave spell, you guys. Much love.